day is a new day to start over. We should be thankful that we have the opportunity to breathe, see, and be in our right minds. But we get so caught up in what society says we don't have, we become insecure within ourselves. I guess we all need validation. If you actually looked around, you'll see that we all are in search of something, a bigger plan. But if you learned you never had to look around, it was with you the whole time. There's no greater validation that can come from anywhere but the love and validation you can give to yourself. So the next time you're in the midst of the storm, grab a mirror. I promise you, there's pure beautiful sunshine that wants to love you, like you could never imagine. The blessings are yours.
What's up, man? Peace and blessings and peace. It's the boy Jarmel Reece, man, and we are back with another edition of Just a Thought, man. You know what I'm saying? So, last week I had the week off. I went to Arizona, went to Phoenix, Arizona. Was in Chandler, all up and down that place. All Super Bowl weekend, Glendale. We was all up through there. You know what I'm saying? Had a ball, kicked it with my people, connected, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a real good time. So we back with another week of Just a Thought, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna get this thing cracking, man. And it's pushing past the past. Excuse me. Today we are going to talk about pushing past the past and moving forward. You know what I'm saying? One of the hardest things for us to be able to do is to learn how to be able to move forward. We got to move forward. We got to stop creating this bad self-image of ourselves and thinking that we have to be limited to how we were in the past and thinking that the past is the only way that we could be able to describe ourselves. Let me tell you something, man. Every day is a new day and a new opportunity for you to be able to create a self-image about yourself that is very much more positive than the one that you had before, the one that you had before. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times what happens to us is that we get so caught up in the self-image that the self-image that we portray to ourselves about what happened yesterday and the day before. You know, we're so busy judging ourselves that we think other people are judging us. And in reality, it's just us, and it's our mental capacity and our reflection of ourselves. We haven't created any type of self-image of ourselves to be able to create something positive. And what we have to do is we have to learn how to be able to push past the past and be able to know that we always have a day and it's always an opportunity to be able to learn. It's never a day that goes by that you don't have the opportunity to learn. Life is happening for you, not to you. It's all about you and how you take it. You know, you can be able to be upset about something that happened to you 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, a month ago. You have the opportunity to either accept that or reject it. When you accept it, what you do is you program your subconscious mind to now have this image about yourself that you've created off of one situation. And that one situation can drive a person their whole lifetime. It's some people that can never, ever get past one situation. And not only does that one situation happen, that one situation sets up other barriers in your lives and it creates more and more situations and it only shuts you down more and more and you close yourself off for love. I think the worst thing that you could possibly do in this lifetime is to close yourself off for love. You know, I think when we really sit back and we truly all think about it, I think we all close ourselves off from love because we never even learn how or what love is. We learn it from people who are hurt. Most of the people that we have that love us are giving us a perception about love that it's based off of their perception whether they've been hurt or not. So sometimes you may be getting this information that's coming from a parent or coming from a friend or coming from a sister or a brother, and you don't know if this is coming from a hurt place because these people are hurt. And I'm sorry to tell you what happens is in life is that we build up barriers within ourselves. And the sad part about it is that we never realize it. We think we're just being ourselves. We say that this is me. This is me. And then when you say it's you, so much to the point where you believe it's you, then when things start happening like that person that you said you are, then you start to question what's happening. You can't question what's happening because you spoke it with your mouth about what's going to happen. So when you say that you're stupid or you think that way about it, you think something's wrong with you, then something's wrong is going to happen. And it should happen because that's what the universe is doing. You're programming your subconscious mind to think that something's wrong with you. So something wrong is going to happen because in this lifetime we get exactly what it is that we want. We get exactly what it is that we want, you know what I'm saying? And we have to be able to accept that love whether we want to or not. You are exactly where you at and where you need to be at this particular time. Yo, check this video out from my man. Who we gonna go with? We're gonna do School of Life. Let's do School of Life.
There is a strange law of psychology that reveals that small children who are treated badly by their parents will always, rather oddly, blame themselves and not their parents for their injuries. They hate who they are rather than hating those who've done them wrong. Small children immediately notice when they're not loved as much as they might and need to be. They understand nothing of the reasons for this hard-heartedness, but they feel all of the pain. And yet they need to locate some kind of explanation nevertheless, and so they quickly and intuitively settle on one that almost always feels most compelling to them, that they have done something wrong. Why is mummy so agitated? Because they've done something wrong. Why is daddy so cold? Because they've done something wrong. Why aren't they being treated kindly? Because they've done something wrong. Why is their little sister being preferred to them? Because they've done something wrong. After a little while of this, their whole character becomes oriented towards guilt. They are, in numberless ways, simply and primordially bad. In adult life, it then takes very little to reignite a feeling that somewhere along the line they have said and done something awful. What precise offence they believe themselves to have committed shifts according to events in their lives and the prevailing public mood. In a religious age, they may feel they've done something wrong in the eyes of God. In an age obsessed with paedophilia, they will feel they've done harm to a child. When racism is being highlighted as a leading public sin, they might be tortured that they harbour racist feelings. Closer to home, they will fear that they've upset their partner, hurt their friends, or offended an employee. Whenever they make a new friend, they know that soon enough the friend will realise that they are bad and let them go. What makes the guilt so hard to shake off is that they can't exactly pinpoint its origin. A diffuse mood hangs over them whose title is simply, I have done something wrong. The mood is particularly prone to descend when they are lonely. Guilt thrives on isolation, just as it's love that may disperse it. When this sort of mood reaches a pitch, the sufferer may fantasize about going to a police station and handing themselves in. There could be such
So just to piggyback a little bit off of that, you know what I'm saying? People will go so far in their lives to blaming themselves that they will never stop and just realize that it was just an event that happened that stopped them from being able to push past and really get to what it is that they want in life. You know what I'm saying? It's a self-image problem. I think we all have a self-image problem because we don't know who we are. Most people don't know exactly who they are. And when I say you don't know who you are, I'm not talking about your name, and I'm not talking about your physical physique or whatever that is. I'm talking about the person outside of the body. The person who came here to complete something. The person who's not just here on this life just to be living on this plane. Figure that person out. And it's a hard thing to be able to do because we're told from birth who we are. We're given this name, we're given this social security number, we're given all these different things that we were told that we have to have in order to even be in this world. And so what happens is that you just become so used to following directions that it becomes normal. That's why most people never reach their highest potential. Most people never reach their highest potential because they're being told what to do. If you think about it, let's really sit back and really think. Maybe 95% of the world does not think. And here's why. Most of the people who go to work every day they're waking up at the same time. They're leaving the house at the same time. They're driving their car the same way. They arrive to work every day at the same time. They eat lunch with the same person. They leave out of the building at the same time. They arrive home at the same time. They start to cook dinner or eat dinner at the same time. They put their kids to bed. They do these different things at the same time. And then they start the day back over again the same time. And then they actually think that they're thinking. It's on autopilot. You can actually have your body on autopilot. And most people are living their lives on autopilot. So when you do something different outside of the autopilot, it agitates them. It makes them feel like when they don't know something, they feel like you don't know it. Because they only know what's inside of that world that they actually live in. And they live in this world that's on autopilot. So they've created this self-image of themselves of, I'm this worker and I do this and I do this and I do this every day and I do this and I do that and I do that. And there's nothing wrong with it because habits are what makes us or break us. But in order to be able to reach your highest potential or to be able to reach who you ultimately become, you have to live through experiences. And most people aren't having experiences here. The reason they're not having experiences is because of fear. Fear keeps you so locked in to being able to be comfortable that you won't even have an experience here, which doesn't allow you to elevate and grow. The only thing that allows you to elevate and grow here is through experience. And most people are scared to have an experience because they're scared to fail. They're scared of the unknown. But let me just tell you something about the past, and let me tell you something about being fearful of failing. There's no such thing as failing. The only people who fail are the people who don't try. The only time you fail is when you don't start. That's the only time you fail. And most people are so scared to start that they rather talk about why everybody else is starting to do something or why somebody else is doing something versus them just getting up and doing something because they're scared. They're scared of the results. They did it before and it didn't work, and so they scared now. It scared them back into it. You started that business, and then you started that business in 2018, and you went out there and it failed, and so you went back to work because you know that's safe and that's comfortable. I'm trying to tell you that business isn't gonna be good until you get out there and be uncomfortable. It's never gonna be a time where you're comfortable doing business or doing anything that's gonna lead you to the ultimate goal. You're never gonna be comfortable. The only thing that's comfortable is being comfortable and being secure. Being in the autopilot. Living on autopilot is the only thing that provides comfort here on earth, but it doesn't require elevation. So that's something to think about. You rather be comfortable or you rather be uncomfortable being able to get results and being able to live in the unknown and being able to live out in purpose. Because anything that's worth having or anything that you call a goal or anything that you've ever slept on and you dreamed on, it's worth going through anything to go and get it. Going through the unknown is the only way that you're going to be able to seek that path that you're looking for. And most people are so scared because of one failure. And if you go and look at any business person, any person that does any type of business, you take more what people call losses than you ever win. You're going to take way more losses, but no one's going to see those. No one's going to see when you getting up in the morning and going to work and you grinding and you getting it in. Only thing people see is the success of it. Only thing they see is the results. That's all people want is results. They don't want to be able to get up and get it. And that's not going to get you past the past. It's the only thing that's going to get you to a better future. Check out my man Bob Proctor. As always, making a guest appearance, man. Straight up. Here we go.
Remember the old adage which says, let the dead bury the dead. Stop looking back on your life and worrying about the things which have already occurred and which you can no longer alter. It's like trying to change the time you got out of bed this morning. You're never going to be able to do it. That stands for eternity. You cannot go back and change it, since you cannot let it go. Pursuing that kind of mental activity will never lead to anything worthwhile, any worthwhile accomplishment in your life. You should understand, moreover, that all accomplishments in your life, you should understand, moreover, that all of the great achievers of the past have been visionary figures. They did with their life what, like Scott was saying, he does with his music. He heard it in here. They see their life in here. They're building visions of a great future. We've got a vision of a great company. We've already got a great company. We want a better one. We serve a lot of people. We want to serve more. And as we do, we receive greater rewards. And because we receive greater rewards, we become more comfortable, more creative, and we can provide more service. It's a beautiful cycle that we're in. Looking into the past is a self-doom fulfilling cycle. You just keep getting it worse and worse and worse. We've all done it, so we know what it's like. These visionary figures were men and women who projected into the future, and they did not belabor over things which had already passed. They thought of what could be rather than what already was, and then they moved themselves into action to bring these things into fruition. That quote at the bottom of the page, I should have actually given the person credit for it that said it. Life is either a series of endings or a series of beginnings, at the bottom of page 59. I went to a church service in Santa Ana, California, and Philip Nicola, great preacher.
Man, life is either a series of beginnings or a series of endings. Man, I tell you what, the best thing you could do is to learn how to be able to look in the mirror. And not only looking in the mirror, just different things. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a list of things that you could be able to do. All right. So one, looking yourself in the mirror and actually saying affirmations. If you don't know what affirmations are, these are things that you can start with. I'm amazing. I am beautiful. I am light. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am mentally fine. I am just anything that you can find and pull at about yourself. And reminding yourself how amazing you are. You're special. It's only one of you. That's what makes me different from you and everybody else. When people get caught up in a box telling you you're just like somebody else, or they remind you remind them of somebody else, the only reason you remind them of somebody else is because they want to feel safe. They relate back to somebody else to compare you to. And it's okay. That's not a problem. The problem is that what the problem is that you have to realize that you're special. No matter what, it's only one of you. That's what makes you uniquely you. Yeah, there's different characteristics about different people. That's just like when people say every man is the same or every woman is the same. That's an absolute lie. We're all uniquely different in our own right. That's what makes me me and what makes you you. It's the little things that you have to be able to pay attention to. See the things of what we're like in the world, because we're all adapting to all the things that are thrown at us, what we're watching, what we're eating, what we're doing. All those things are actually alike. So in some type of ways, we are alike by the environment that we're in. But we are not alike by the way that we are uniquely crafted by the Most High. We are not alike. My spirit and your spirit are on two totally different alignments, and it only has to do with what we're putting and pouring inside of ourselves. That is a absolute false statement when people say that all men or all women are alike. That's you. That's you trying to be able to resort back to the past to be able to feel comfortable in your body. No, everybody is uniquely different, and you have to be able to find that out. And the reason why most people don't want to find that out is because they don't even know what's uniquely different about themselves. So when you begin to look anything different from what they are, they question, they judge it, they go back to the past, and they try to find a way to be able to relate to you. But it's only one you. It's only one you. And you can't get caught up in the past with them, thinking that you have to move back when you've made forward progress. It's going to be a lot of people, when you get to the place of being successful and whatever that success is, it's going to be a lot of people rooting against you. Some of those people that's rooting against you are some of the people that you think and thought love you. And it's not that they don't love you. It's the fact that they got to hold on to that little remembrance of you of the past. Because there's no way that I can let you get up here. When I talked about you and I told you you were nothing. You're going to stay right here and you're going to be nothing with me. And we get so caught up in trying to be nothing with people that we are so scared to lose people. Don't be so scared to lose people looking in the past that you can't even see your future. You can't lose. One thing about this, man, I'd rather lose a bunch of people that I thought loved me or I thought felt a certain way about me than to lose myself. It's no worse a feeling in the world. I could only imagine, because I don't know. But I've experienced not knowing who I was. It cannot be a worse feeling in the world than not knowing who you are and trying to figure it out. So, man, today's show was a really good show. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's just really like pushing past the past, man, and really getting out our own ways. If we really look at our lives and we really start to begin to look at everything that's happening, you might think something's blocking you. You think something's getting in your way. It's nothing getting in your way. It's okay to have a day that makes you feel like you're not over the top. Because the next day, you might kill it. You're a blank piece of paper every day. And as long as you keep that mentality that you can always win, you stop looking at losses. You stop looking at all that bad stuff. Stop talking to people who are talking about stuff that you don't even have a solution to. See, it's one thing to sit and vent, but it's another thing to complain and not have a solution about things. You can't move forward in your life when you're steady talking to people who have this negative idea about life. They have this idea about life that life sucks and they hate themselves and they don't feel this way. I tell you what, you're not going to win with those people. You can't win with them because they don't even win with themselves. They can't even get out of their own way. They stuck in the past. Saying things to their subconscious, thinking that they stronger than actually what they really are. Like you said, Sonya Miller, like you said, letting go. You have to learn how to be able to let go. I appreciate that, Sonya. I'm going to show that. You got to let go. You got to be able to let go and let God. And what I mean by that is finding that inner peace, the inner you, the inner God, the inner chi, the inner G, whatever it is that you call it, man. This week, man, we ain't going to play a music video. We just going to learn and we just going to push past the past, man, and not look at that reflection that we saw back there of ourselves, man, because I tell you what, you can heal yourself and become beautiful again, man. Like you already are beautiful, for lack of a better words. You are so beautiful. And when you realize that you it wasn't anybody else that was making you mad. It wasn't anybody else that was doing all these things. It was you and how you were looking at it. It's okay to just listen to people and not get caught up in their feelings. You don't have to take people's feelings. Because what people feel about you doesn't have anything to do with you. What you feel about you is the only thing that matters. Man, I hope y'all have another good week. Until we meet again next Wednesday. We'll have the show going next Wednesday, having the promo and stuff going back out. Like I said, man, we just got in from AZ this weekend, man. It was a blessed weekend. Want to thank everybody for the weekend. Sonya Miller, man, always media made. Man, we had a ball this weekend. Like I said, man, Super Bowl weekend was off the chain. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Go to JarmelReece.live. We got the merch coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Man, merch just coming soon. And yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We kicking it. Until next week, next Wednesday. Peace and blessings, blessings and peace. It's the boy Jarmel Reece in real life, not in fake life, because they just faking about their life like my kids will tell you, boy. Peace.